Hey, what's up? So I'm going to show you real quick how I would put together sort of like a triplet drum and bass groove. I'm going to be using addictive drums and finger drumming on the MIDI keyboard. So the basic idea is I'm going to play the basic groove at half the speed, and then we're just going to double the speed, and it's going to sound awesome. So it's pretty straightforward. If you know whether you're using a MIDI piano or like beat pads or whatever it is, this idea is going to carry forward. You just have to kind of understand and develop a feeling for the triplet groove. And so I'm going to try and walk you through that, and then I will show you how we do this. So we're going to start with 120 BPM, and so we got to feel this in triplets. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So you can count it in threes like that, which just makes sense. Or if it's simpler for whatever reason, you could do like a ducka da 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 ducka da. Whatever works for you, but you need to develop an ear and a feel for that triplet sound. Ducka da ducka da ducka da ducka da 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So once we have that, I'm going to finger drum in something pretty basic at that speed. You know, something like that. Maybe messed up there a little at the end, but the first half is perfectly fine, so we'll just use that. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go into our MIDI view, and we're going to quantize this to eighth note triplets, and that's going to get everything nice and lined up. We're going to double that, join it, loop it. Then all we're going to do is double the speed in Ableton, and we end up with this cool drum and bass sound with the triplet feel. So super simple. Like, you don't have to. I don't know. It's just a great way to come up with that drum and bass sound without actually having to perform it at that speed, which is insane. Um, and then I guess a couple tips is just like add in little variation here and there. So you want to keep the triplet groove going, but you can opt for a snare where you might hit a kick, opt for a hat where you might hit a snare, etc., etc. And so you can get variation that way, but it's a very simple way to get some really cool and fun results. Another thing you can consider is like do it in the way that's most simple for you, most effective, and then after the fact you can kind of go in your MIDI editor and just like change notes around here and there. Um, but just like doing it as simply as possible for you helps you develop that core idea really quickly, and then you can always manipulate things after the fact. But so that's sort of my core approach to getting that cool triplet drum and bass feel. And then you can use any manner of tricks in whatever DAW you're using to bring more of a humanized element. So if you want to nudge things here and there, and that always goes a long way too. Because in this case, everything's perfectly quantized, which has a cool sound. But if you want to bring just a little more of a human feel to the rhythm, you can like put a groove on it or nudge things, whatever works for you. I will say if you actually finger drum this sort of stuff in as opposed to clicking it in, you're going to capture a little more of the human feel just because of the velocity. So the velocity does go a long way. But yeah, I mean that took no time at all to put together, and now we have some dope drum and bass stuff. So yeah, hopefully that helps you somehow. Peace.